I've been waiting for an excuse to do this one. Alright, as I said, I've been waiting for an excuse to do this one. It's a commission piece. What I've been asked to do is a giant angel. Right, I designed this angel about 2.5 years ago, and it's very popular. It's one of the most popular videos I have out, and I kind of had a feeling that someday somebody was going to ask me to do a giant one of these, and I decided not to do a video on it until it happened. The client has told me he doesn't mind me doing a video about it, which is grand, because if a client tells me they don't want a video done, I don't do one. Right, so this could be quite a fun one. There's not going to be any Yorkshire grit bit because this is going to be a long video anyway. Right, if anybody wants to see the original angel video, I'll leave a link up there and a link below. Right, I have a piece of tiger in here. The markings are not really strong on this, but the orientation of the grain is what I want. Right, so first thing I'm going to do, of course, is round this off, and I'm going to put a 10 on it and get it in a set of jaws. So I'll do that as quick as I can, and we'll get on with this. Right then, unlike my normal angels, which I am so used to doing now, I don't even mark them anymore. I'm going to mark this one, just to give myself a rough idea of where I'm going, because it's a very different turn to do something bigger than normal. Right, so we have head, body, skirt. Now we start getting this down. Alright, now we have the rough sizing. We start getting the shapes into it. Detail gouge. Start with the head. As usual, not worried about finish cuts or anything else at the moment. I'm just roughing out. Right, that's the rough shape. Right, so now I'm going to put another edge on this and we'll start refining it properly. Alright then, we start with the skirt. And what I want to do is, I don't just want a straight skirt, I want it kind of hooped in. Like, almost like a trumpet shape. Right, our body is too heavy, so we'll take that down a bit as well. Still too heavy. Yeah, that waist looks okay now. Going to shape the skirt. Trumpet end. Yeah, that's better. Now that neck is way too thick. Don't like there. I'll come back to there because I don't like that. It's like a bump in it. Head's a bit big. Proportionally, that head's way too big. And it's round. The head is not a ball. Right, now as I said here, I don't like this, it's just wrong. skirt is too big. That's what's wrong. Yeah, that's a better skirt. Now the body's too big. But the normal size ones I'm just so used to doing. Changing the size changes everything. Yeah, that's better. Right now, just got to take that little knob off the top and we're good to go. No, we're not, there's a bump there. Got it. Right. Now we'll take the top off and we're good to go. Alright then, let's sand that. I'll be back when I'm putting the wax on, because as I said, there's no Yorkshire Ribbit this week because this video is going to be too long. So we'll see you in a minute. Alright, just popping the wax off. I'm still not too sure about the proportions on this. As I compared to the normal one that I do, I can do it up with my eyes closed at this stage. It could just be the size that's throwing me eye off. So there is the giant angel body. Now we've got to drill a hole in it to attach the wings. Now the front was really pretty. I like those two nuts at the front, so there. There. Check that's in the right spot. Be directly behind. Yeah, looks okay to me. Right, you drill the hole there. And the thing is, when you're drilling these holes, make sure that you don't do it so that the wings are tilted back. Straight or tilted forward is fine, but tilted back just looks terrible. We'll do it. Right, now we just part it off and we get on with the wings. Check that edge is clean. It is perfectly clean. No, it's not. Right, I just want to sand that edge just there a little bit. It's not as clean as I would like it. Just a touch of 400 will do it. So I just want to take that corner there. Yeah, quick touch of 400 cleans it up nicely. With a quick touch of wax because it's hardly noticeable. And if I went through the whole finishing routine again there, I'd ruin the finish that's on the rest of it. It's little things like that can make a difference to a piece being gorgeous and a piece not being. Pay attention to the little details. Like that edge wasn't perfectly straight where it is now. There was a slight chip out of one spot in it, and there is no longer. Now we just continue cutting this off. Now, I'll hand sand that base before I put the whole thing together, and we'll be good. Right, I'll set up for doing the wings and I'll be back in a sec. Right then, I need a piece of tiger wood, and it's nicely balanced with sapwood and heartwood. It's a little bit warmy here, but that'll all be going away, so I'm not too worried about it. So we'll flatten this off and put a mortise on it, and way too fast. Right then, I just realised that the mic was not plugged in for that bit. Right, so basically, I'll just speed through it and then tell you what I did. Right, I'll speed through it in the video. Right, I shaped it out to about there, about halfway through, right? Put a mortise in it, marked the middle of the mortise because I'm going to need it, and then I marked both, basically cut it in half where I think that the wings will look good. Right. The reason I cut it on the bandsaw is because I'm going to cut that away, and if I just drew a pencil mark on it, you won't be able to see it. Right. Now I just got to give that another scrape there to get rid of the extra CA that's on there from fixing those wormholes, and we can get on with this. Right then, now we flip this over and get the inside done. Right, first thing I want to do is mark that little spigot. Get roughly the centre there. The mark, and I want to cut that spigot out, but I want to cut it out bigger than I need, because I want to go down to it little piece by little piece by little piece to make sure it's a tight fit in the hole I drilled in the body. So I'm deliberately going to make this way too big. Like that. And now I'm going to hollow this out, and what I want is an even curve both sides, basically. And like the outside of a funnel here. As I said, all of this is in the original Angel video. Right, what I'm looking for here is this cone or funnel that I'm putting here. I want the outside rim of it to be the same as where I left here, the outside flat bit here. Still a bit more there. Yeah, that's good. No, still too thick. Still too thick. hole just there that to sort out before I can go any further. See it? So I'll take it up and I'll sort out that wormhole. I'll be back in a sec. Alright then, that little wormhole is sorted. So we'll give it one more cut. So I'll put a new edge on this and we'll give it one more cut. This is a finished cut too. Yeah, and that is nice. Right then, I shall sand and finish the inside of this. And I'll be, oh no I won't actually. I have to size that first. Right. Way too big. And right. Just take a slight bit off. Because remember, what you take off, what you actually take off, you're taking off double. Because you're taking it off both sides. Yeah, not a tiny bit. Yes. Yes, that's working perfectly. That is smack on. Right now. So we take that off. And now I'll finish that inside, but I want to get another little cut there because that is, I can see the flat and I don't want to be able to see the flat. And I want to create a bump there, so I gotta get rid of that. There we go. Now I'm just going to double check that I can't see the flat anymore. No, I cannot see the flat anymore. That is perfect. Right, now I'll finish the inside of that. So I'll do that and I'll be right back. Alright, just buffing the wax off the inside. And anybody who has seen the first Angel video, the original one, will have noticed I've changed the way I do the wings. I do the wings now the way I did when I did that resin one for my sister. If you haven't seen that one, it's a bit different, so I'll leave a link up there and a link below to it. I've just found that it's easier and I get a better finish doing it this way. So there is the inside of the wings. Right, now I'm going to hit there with sandpaper because I don't want any finish on that interfering with the glue for the joining for the body. So I'm just going to give that a little rub of sandpaper to get any finish off of it. Because you don't want anything in between the two pieces of wood you're gluing together, because they may not stick properly. So just a quick rub with a piece of sandpaper gets it off. I'm using 240 so I don't change the diameter of it. There we go. Finish off it. Right, now we flip this over and finish the outside of it. So I'll flip it over and put the other chuck on and I'll be back in a sec. Now what I want to do is I want to turn that into that funnel I've left here. I want to turn this end in, same as I did on the original video. for is to make sure that there's a curve there and not a flat. Still a flat there, so need to do it a bit more. Right, now I get in there with a spindle gouge because I can't get in there with a ball gouge. It's too small. Where did I put my spindle gouge? Right. Right, and now I'll sand and finish the outside while it's still clamped, and then I just have that little nub to deal with. So I'll do that and I'll be right back again. Right then, the outside of this here to about there is sanded, so I've got to take that nub off so I can finish sanding it, and then we put a finish on it. Now I'm going to do this with a spindle gouge because it's a lot gentler. This is the dodgy part of this torn. You have to put in all this work in. You do not want this thing to come flying off now. So you do that middle bit as gently as possible. Now I'm going to sand the inside of that there to make it nice and smooth, same as the rest of it, and then put the finish on it. I'll be back when I do that. Just buffing the wax off. And to be honest with you, I never thought, when I designed these a couple of years ago, I never thought that they'd catch on as much as they did. There's a lot of people who have done versions of them, and I'm absolutely delighted that they are being done. There we go. Right, now we'll do the part that I hate, which is cutting it, because if it's going to go wrong, it's going to go wrong here. See why I mark it there and there. Right. All I have here on stickers is patterns for the slots. Right. What I have it folded exactly in half. Get these stickers off. This part is a pain in the rear, and now what I want to do is line that fold up exactly with that line. And put the stickers down, and that gives me a guide of where to cut. That tells me where to cut. Right, so I'll do that. I'll be using a fret saw, and I'll be back in a sec. Right, there's the wings cut. Now we just got to hand sand the hell out of them. So I'll do that and I'll be back in a sec. Right, now we have the wings all sanded down and finished. As I said before, I finished in there the same as I finished everything else. Don't cut corners by finishing small pieces, or the bases is my pet hate. A base, the way you haven't finished the rest of the piece. It's just a pet hate I have, is when I'm looking at a wood turn piece and a beautiful finish on it, turn it over and the base is not finished the same way. Right, now we get on with the last bit of this, which is the halo. And for the halo, where did I put that? I just need a piece of wood, stick it between centres, round it, and put a tenon on it, and we go from there. So I'll do that. Right then, the halo is undoubtedly the quickest and easiest piece of this whole thing. I'll square it off the end here. So it's a nice cut. No, it's not. Yeah, no. Right, and I want to hollow it slightly after I size it. Now what I want to do is size that down to the head so that it looks right with the head. See where that is way too big. One more little slice of it should be perfect. Yeah, that's good. Now, as I said, I want to hollow there slightly. Not huge, just basically dent it a little bit. Just so it's not totally flat. Yep, like that. And get a parting tool, choose how deep I want the halo. Like that. Right, and then I want to get rid of some of this so I can get my fingers in there behind this so I can sand it and finish it. I'm going to leave this as small as I can. Make it a lot easier to finish when that's small. And now I need to sand and finish the halo. So I'll do that and I'll be right back. Right then, just buffing the wax off. The halo. That's the last piece. That turned out quite nice. Now I'll just part that off as close as I can without touching the finished section. And the closer I can get this to the end, the less I'll have to sand. Right, and I'll just have to sand that little nub off. Right, last thing you have to do now is just a little bit of sanding, which I always leave everything to the end because it means I don't have to set the lathe up again. Right, so I'll take this off, put the Jacob's chuck on, and I'll show you the parts that you have to sand to get this all together. Right then, the three parts you have to sand are: finish the base, you have to sand a flat here on the back of her head, and you have to take that little nub off. Now, the flat on the back of her head is very important that you get it exactly at the back, and like the wings, don't have the halo tilting backwards. Straight or tilted slightly forward really works the best. I think there's somebody at the door. Now, yes, there was somebody at the door, and so I'm back. Now, quick tip, because you want to sand a flat here, take this little interface pad off, because that will guarantee that this goes flat rather than have a curve in it. And then just try and line it up so that it fits, so that it goes in the right place. Right, and you end up with the flat in the back of our head to accept the halo. Now it's just a case of sand and finish there, and sand that little nub off the halo, and then we can get to putting all this together. So I'll just speed through that bit, and I'll be back in a second. Right then, now we have all the parts ready to go. So I'll glue this together, and I'll give you a better look at it. So I'll be back in a sec. Right then, and there it is. Joint angel. As I said, it's a commission piece, and the person who commissioned it didn't mind me doing a video on it. It is 14.5 inches high, and the wingspan is 10 inches. And just for comparison, there's the standard angel. Quite a difference. Right, so if you enjoyed that, or if you have any questions or anything, just ask away. And if you enjoyed it, if you wouldn't mind clicking like on the video, and I'll see you in the next one.